Welcome to a new episode of the Guru Perspective. And today I want to break down some of the things that materialized over the weekend. I want to first start off with the deal that shocked the world as of recently. I know for sure it definitely shocked me. I was on my way to sleep. Something told me to stay up and check out the rest of the NBA, which was hard for me to do because I still got the football heebie-jeebies in me right now, trying to get ready and prepare for the Super Bowl. But some good games on that night, and I said, let me sit up, see what's going on, and see what materialized. And it was cool to see when you seeing all the players looking on their phones and seeing what was going on, just like I was doing. I thought it was a joke at first. A lot of people thought that it was clickbait and didn't really believe it with their own eyes until I went to two of my more legit, reliable sources and websites, and they both were on there. The Anthony Davis going to the Dallas Mavericks, and you had Luka Doncic going to the Lakers. That took the world by storm. And the trade details was Anthony Davis and Max Christie going over to the Dallas Mavericks in the 2029 Lakers first round draft pick. Luka Doncic, Max Kleber, and Markieff Morris were going over to the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Utah Jazz was the third team in this deal. They get Jada Hood, Shafino, 2025 Clippers second round draft pick, and the Mavericks 2025 second round draft pick as well. The weird part about it was, and it's no disrespect to McCall Bridges because I like the brother and think he's a good player, but the Nets received 5 first round draft picks for him. The Jazz received 4 first round draft picks for Rudy Gobert. The Mavs only received the first rounder for Luka Doncic. So I was like, come on now, you guys got to make it make sense. I was definitely surprised with that one. I thought they would have got more from a 25-year-old kid who's in his prime right now, who's always knocking on the door to be the MVP candidate. And then I liked the deal, when I seen my man Zach LaVine finally getting out of Chicago. They were saying at one point that the teammates of his didn't believe that he was buying in with Chicago. He had his differences over there. And I believe when they were trying to trade him last season, he got injured. So that took away from any type of trade that they could get or acquiring from another team. And last but not least, now this year, he's going over to the Sacramento Kings and playing with one of his old Chicago Bull teammates, DeMar DeRozan. I think that's going to fit well for them. I don't know what was really going on with De'Aaron Fox over there, but I was hearing rumors, and a lot of people were hearing those rumors about him being up for trade. And when that happened, it was crazy too because it was like Mike Brown's going, and then you get traded. It's like, come on, man, Mike Brown probably could have kept his job. No disrespect, because I feel like Doug Christie's been doing an exceptional job over there. They've been buying into Doug Christie and what he's showing them and what he's teaching them as a basketball coach. But DeMar DeRozan going over to the San Antonio Spurs is going to be actually really good for that team because now you have Chris Paul. I don't know how long he's going to be playing, but still now you got a younger player in De'Aaron Fox to go along with Victor Wembanyama. I wanted somebody like a Trae Young or somebody to go over there to help him out to bring the excitement back to San Antonio. And that's what happens now when you get a young kid like a De'Aaron Fox over there. I think that those were two really good deals as well, and it hasn't really been much materializing. You heard a lot of rumors like the Zion, going over to Golden State. Hell, Golden State don't care long as they could get two All Stars. They're calling everybody. They were calling on LeBron. They were calling on Giannis. They called on Zion, and I see a deal just recently that didn't materialize with them trying to get Jimmy Butler to go over to play in Golden State. He didn't want that. I think he more or less had his eye on the prize, and he wants to go over to Phoenix. I want to see what Bradley Beal's going to do. I know I've been hearing that he said he definitely don't want to stay over there. He want to be traded. And there's a lot of guys like Brandon Ingram. I've been hearing rumors him coming to Detroit, amongst other teams like the Utah Jazz and others is out there. So yeah, it's been really interesting to see right now because usually the trade deadline really gets sizzling. Right now it's funny too because with all these crazy deals that was going on, it was taken away from the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl right now, usually waiting 2 weeks to kind of sizzle out a little bit. So the NBA has been definitely taking command right now with their advertisements. A good trades is going on with the deadline, which will be February the 6th. Depends on how everything's going. And if there's some really good deals going that day, I possibly might do a special on that day too. Don't forget, you guys, Friday. And that's going to be, actually, I take that back. Today's Tuesday, so it'll be Thursday. I'll be doing it live once the trade deadline goes about. And I just want you guys to stay tuned because if there's some really good news going on, I will do a show, and I probably do it most of all after the aftermath of all the trades, so I can tell you what's going on, the details of who got traded, and the draft compensation as well. I've been very happy with what's been going on with WNBA as well as far as their trades. Been a lot of good things going on over there. Been happy because there's a lot of teams now want to get involved with the WNBA. They want to get out new franchises, and it's been very exciting right now. They were the ones who really took off when it came to trades and people going to new teams and going to new homes. That's where it all started, and the NBA came in and made their, you know, statement as well with the deal over the weekend with Luca and Anthony Davis. I want to talk about something that I already talked about recently, but I want to get you guys up to date. Nashville is in the bid for a WNBA team right now. They're going to get a team, and it would honor Pat Summitt's name. And I definitely feel like it was about time for them to do something like that. That's going to be really great, and it's going to be heartfelt for the people who love, college basketball and what Pat Summitt had to do with it. And she has so much impact in the game, and I'm a huge fan of her. So for them to put a Pat Summitt name on a building and a franchise that they're about to make up in Nashville is just a perfect timing right now. That's what I believe. And the investors in the group, of course, is Candace Parker, Peyton Manning, and entertainers like Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. I want to talk about some college basketball men on the men's side too, as well. The rookie sensation Ace Bailey has been one of the guys who's catching the league by storm. I definitely love seeing him play for Rutgers and how good he is and how talented he is at such a young age. I mean, I just can't explain how good this kid is. I would just have to read the stats off to you. Rookie Alex Bailey dropped 37 points in the game with 65% field goals when Rutgers beat Northwestern. And he was scoring on two dribbles or less. You guys got to understand, two dribbles or less, that means he's getting the ball, he's maybe dribbling twice, catching and shooting, or barely even doing that, getting the ball and shooting as he gets the ball. So the accuracy of Ace Bailey on the road in January is very impressive too, and it caught my eye, and I wanted you guys to hear what he's been doing so far. In January, he had 32.5 points per game, 62.5% field goal shooting, and 60.7% in 3-point shooting. That is unbelievable, especially for a rookie to actually take control like that and be a court general. So, yeah, I definitely want you guys to keep your eyes out if you haven't already on Ace Bailey. He's very fun to watch. I want to talk about some of them WNBA trades as well that went on just recently. The Phoenix Mercury acquired Satu Sabali from the Dallas Wings in the three-team trade. The Dallas Wings received Dejanay Carrington, number 12 pick in the 2025 WNBA draft. And the Connecticut Suns received J.C. Shelton, the number 8 pick in the WNBA 2025 draft. I want to talk about some other things that was going on too, and actually get into the NBA. But before I get into that, let me talk about Michaela Blake from Vanderbilt, the young lady who has the rookie record in scoring right now. Michaela Blake of Vanderbilt women's basketball has the most points by a freshman in NCAA history, scoring 53 points, passing Juju Watkins, who had set the record 51 points. She had 53 points on 16 of 24 field goals and 5 out of 9 3-pointers. To beat Juju by itself speaks volumes. But Michaela Blake definitely put her name out there, and there's so many good rookies out there right now, like Kiami McMiller. So it's a lot of people to keep your eye on, especially when it comes to women. No disrespect to the men, but I've seen and I know a lot more women talent right now. But like Ace Bailey, there's some more guys out there like your Cooper Flags, and there's going to be many more to come around. And it's getting closer to March Madness, so you're going to know a lot more of these guys' names coming up in the next month. Natasha Howard leaves the Dallas Wings and rejoins the Indiana Fever in free agency. I thought that was good because I feel like Indiana is really stepping up right now. They're getting some people who want to play with Caden Clark and Alea Boston and those women over there, Kelsey Smith. I think that they're going to be good, and I believe they'll go deeper this time into the playoffs. I don't think they'll be a one and done. I want to see what they're going to do more of in the ladies' field too, as far as the WNBA. And there's a lot of things that I still feel like trades and things is going to be materialized. I want to talk about this man in the NBA, and it's like he never really gets the credit where credit is due. I feel like, unfortunately, this year he might be the MVP once again. And don't get me wrong, I like Cy Gilbert Alexander. I feel like he's one of the best players, if not the best player in the NBA. But you can't take away from what Nikola Jokic has been doing as of late. And that's one of the reasons why he's always going to be relevant when it comes to the MVP. I think that they're getting to the point where it's so easy for him to score and do the things he's doing that they're going to look past him this year. And no disrespect, but I still feel like Shai Gilgeous Alexander deserves if he do get the MVP. Nikola Jokic had 8 triple doubles in January. As of January the 24th, 2025, he had 20 triple doubles in 2024 through 2025. Triple doubles in January for him. Basically, Jokic had his fourth straight triple double on January the 22nd. And I'm going to tell you, too, how many people, as far as players, he had more triple doubles in their whole career. He has more triple doubles this month than these players, of course, in their whole career. And it was surprising to me because I thought some of these guys had more triple doubles on the list. Paul George, Damian Lillard, Isaiah Thomas, Steve Nash, Tim Duncan, Pistol Pete Maravich, Jason Tatum, Dwayne Wade, Anthony Davis, and of course, who I just mentioned, Shai Gilgeous Alexander. The Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards in January. This is all his stats too as well. This young guy is taking the world and the league by storm, and he seems like he keep getting better. He make it so easy. In January, he had 485 points, 92 rebounds, 92 assists, 69 threes made, and 12 blocks. And this is coming from a shooting guard. I definitely feel like he got a lot of room to grow, and he's only going to get better. No one else in the NBA has reached all of those numbers in 1 month alone. January the 30th, 2025, Toronto and Washington, basically, when they played Washington's 18th 20-point loss of the season. That tied with the 1970-1971 Cleveland Cavaliers, their first season as an NBA franchise for the most such losses in a season before All-Star break in NBA history. I don't know what they're going to do in Washington, but I feel like they need to just will and deal damn near that whole team and start new. I would get draft capital and figure out who I want to keep on the team. But I would definitely look into trading Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, or anybody else who I feel like a veteran on that team and try to see what I can get for them, get assets for them, and try to acquire some draft capital. But that doesn't really make any sense, and it's pretty sad in my opinion. The OKC Thunder are outscoring opponents by 12.2 points per game this season. Only three teams in NBA history have finished the season with a 12-point or better average scoring margin, and all three went to the NBA title. and they went on to win the title. 1995, 1996 Chicago Bulls, 1971-72 Lakers, and 1970 and 71 Milwaukee Bucks. College player Cannon Catchin of BYU was the only player in Division One as a freshman this century to go 8 of 8 or better from the field, 4 of 4 or better from the 3-point line, and 3 of 3 or better from the line in a single game. I want to get back to the WNBA. This was one of my favorite players that was playing. They were a power couple, Elisa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner. The 6-time WNBA All-Star DeWanna Bonner is signing a 1-year deal with the Indiana Fever. And I feel like her going over there as well is going to be something that I keep my eye on, because I definitely feel like with Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner, that's even going to be a tougher team right now. I don't know how long they're going to be on the team. And then me seeing Brittany Griner going to Atlanta Dream, and seeing Phoenix getting Melissa Thomas. It's just really a lot of things that are going on right now. I feel like right now with the WNBA, they already made their stamp of approval of just being great athletes and great players. But to see them and see what they're doing right now, and then to see all the competition add up, is something that I've been looking forward to right now. It's been really easy for me to fall in love to watch that too as well, because I've been a huge fan of what's been going on with the WNBA. But then now you got all these all stars switching teams too, and I just want to see what's going to happen with these new teams. I still feel like to be the team, you got to beat the team right now, and the best team is the New York Liberty. So I want to know what they're going to do, or are they going to stand put with what they already have, or they feel like they're good enough to go for another back-to-back title. I want to step off and check too and see what's going on right now in the NBA, because I haven't really been seeing too much. It's been kind of quiet, and it looks like it's still going to be that way. I've seen something that just materialized too. The Sixers and the Mavericks has agreed to trade, according to Sharania, okay, who reports that the forward Caleb Martin is heading to Dallas in an exchange for guard Quinn Grimes and Philadelphia's 2025 second round draft pick, which the Mavs acquired in the previous deal. I think Caleb Martin is going to be good over there. I think that they needed something for him. He needed to change the scenery as well. So him going to Dallas, I want to see what that do, because he played so well in Miami and just kind of disappeared. So him going to Dallas, I want to see what's going to happen there. And that was a deal that's not really nothing is really huge. It's more like a smoke and mirrors deal. But I want to see what's going to go on with like I said, the Brandon Ingrams and what happened when Jimmy Butler's going to land. And just really looking forward to seeing what that's going to give us soon. But I know right now, my favorite thing is right now, this time of season, is just relax and get ready for the Super Bowl. I usually don't even talk about basketball as much, but it's been really good to see some of the things and the activities that went on just recently. So that being said, I did want to bring up a few things or something that happened in the NFL, and I haven't really spoke on yet. I want to talk about what happened with the kicker, Justin Tucker, with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, I usually don't talk about stuff like this often and really get really into detail. Before, I didn't like to talk about things like this because it was happening to many people of color where they'll get in trouble, and before they would even found guilty, they'll get dragged under the mud from other, sports broadcasts and places, and they don't even really get a fair share. It's like they're already guilty before even proven innocent. So I like to say with Justin Tucker right now, and all the things that are going on and materializing as far as the massage parlors, I just want them to keep that same energy with him that they did with Deshaun Watson, because right now they're saying there's like 9 parlors that came out, or 6 of the massage parlors said that he was doing inappropriate things in the massage parlor, and then 3 more came out just recently as well. And before that brother Deshaun Watson was even proven guilty, man, he had a civil suit and he was suspended, for half a season. At one point, he was suspended for almost a year, and I believe once he had that situation happen and everything that went on during that case, he haven't been the same ever since he went back into the NFL and started playing full seasons. I'm not really blaming the case on his performance, but the energy that you gave him, I want y'all to keep that same energy if Justin Tucker come out of this and he's found guilty. Right now, it doesn't really look too good, but I definitely want to get on that because it happened between like 2012, 2016 when he first entered the league, and you see how great he was playing then, and then now you see what he's doing and what he's up to as of late, and he looked like he was the shell of himself. So I'm thinking a lot of that came down to him having these allegations, and it materialized in the season, and now that was the way he handled it. But at the same time, I still feel like right now, until we find out more, I'm not going to really drag him in the mud. But then keep that energy with him that you did with Deshaun Watson, and that's all I'm saying right now. I want to check and see too what's going to happen with as far as my WNBA girls right now too, because I haven't really been seeing too much after some of the trades materialized. But I am happy for my girl Asia Wilson too. I want to give her credit, and my other girl Caitlin Clark. It was the night of 22s. Was really proud of them getting their jerseys retired and put up in the Raptors. That was well deserved. We didn't get a chance to talk about it. We was on the show and the show was almost ending, and I'm sitting here looking at the ceremony and didn't think to say nothing about it. Definitely was loving that because Iowa stepped up and shocked USC in that game when they retired Caitlin Clark's jersey, and with Asia Wilson, with her retiring, I just feel like right now that is good. And as far as Dawn Staley, that's like the standard right now. I mean, UCLA is the number one seed right now, but still, I still feel like right now you have Gino Oriana, and then you have Dawn Staley right there with him. So it's been a lot of good things going on in college, and that was two things that I feel like was well deserved as well. Besides that, I want to finally, and I wasn't really talking too much about the NFL. I'm going to do just a little bit. I want to give my Super Bowl predictions now. And I know I might sound like I'm a hypocrite because I've been saying Kansas City was going to go there all year, but I did say they were going to lose to the Detroit Lions. It didn't materialize that way. A lot of us are still heartbroken over that. And, I still don't think I recovered like I should, but I'm over it, and I'ma still watch football. I'm not gonna get to the point where I be too upset and say I'm not watching any sports or anything of that nature. That's just crazy. But I looked at it and I looked at it briefly, and I was saying, okay, who should I actually choose right now, and who will I choose? Well, I kind of swung in a direction, and you kind of already know who I'm going with now. When it comes to the Super Bowl, I still feel like right now to be the best, you got to beat the best. And until you beat Kansas City is going to always be the best. But I just got a feeling this time, I might be wrong. To go to three Super Bowls is draining, let alone to have the record Kansas City had and to be able to make it all the way there. They had a rocky season. They had injuries and everything. They just went with the flow. I feel like they were a little healthier than we were. But a veteran team like the Kansas City Chiefs, and to be able to do what they did and what they accomplished, I tip my hat off to them. I know a lot of people say, oh man, the referees, they got them in the bag, and the referees is part of some of the reason why they're doing what they're doing. I'm not going to really get into that. Some things in general, period, when it comes to just sports, gambling, and just the way they handle things, look like it's fixed. A lot of times people say Kansas City get the benefit of the doubt, and I'm loving it because now that they're winning, they're getting that same hatred as Tom Brady and the New England Patriots were. But I think they're going to meet their match this time. If Jalen Hurts can play like he did in that first Super Bowl, I definitely think that it'll be uh, a difference, and it'll be a change of who will be the champions. And I definitely feel like Philadelphia, if they can do that, they'll go on and win this game. But I still feel like you got to stop Saquon Barkley. I feel like the defense got better. The defense drastically improved after last season. You know, you had some guys retire and they still stepped up. You know, I feel like Quinyon Mitchell is one of the best cornerbacks right now in his first season. And then you got Cooper DeJean. You have Jalen Carter, man. You have like so many guys. I can just keep naming how good that defense is. Brandon Graham, a Michigan alum, you know. There's so many guys on that team on offense and defense make that team strong. If AJ Brown can play within himself without getting mad and pouting, if you know Devontae Smith have a good game, and don't be upset if Saquon's getting the ball and he's running all over the place, I believe that they have a chance. I believe right now, I'm going to favor Philly by that 1.5 point that they have Kansas City winning as. And I believe because of Saquon Barkley. I don't know, man. I think they're going to come up with a huge defensive stop, and it's going to probably be one of the rookie kids that come out on top and doing this. And I believe they're going to get a pick on Patrick Mahomes, and they're going to do something to where it's going to change the dynamic of the game, and they're going to go on to win. But I have my final score as 24-31, and I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. I know people might think that I'm crazy for predicting this. Even if I'm wrong, that's just how I feel. But I definitely feel like Philly will come out on top, and they will come out on top with a 31-24 victory on Super Bowl Sunday. And that's all I really got to say about that. But I still want to talk about some of the ways that you can catch up with me as well on my social media platforms. Sports Guru to You is my Facebook page where you can find all the late breaking news. And I know I'm going to be very busy on the trade deadline on February the 6th. It's a possibility that I still might do a show. Depends on if I have the time, because if I'm too busy on the Facebook platform, I might not be able to do a show. I might just do it the day after. And then you can catch me at Hoovy on Instagram, where I'll be posting, of course, the Google Perspective and the Google Sports Session. We will be posting that on a regular now so you can see and get some of the reels from the show. TikTok is Hugh.Lee6 while it's still around and while it's available. A sports guru to you at gmail.com. If you have any questions or thoughts or things that you want me to add to the show as well. Of course, right now I'm doing the Google Perspective, and it's come on every Tuesday at 1 p.m. and a Google Sports Session Wednesday at 9 p.m. Thank you all for chiming in and showing me and Eric love and support. You know, and thank you guys for making my dream a reality once again. Peace, and I'll be seeing you the next episode. Have a blessed day.